Is day 76 of the year of streaming and learning to code. I am 31% of the way through JavaScript. All right, now we are on lesson 2. I am on lesson 2. Well, section 3, lesson 2. Yesterday was introduction to for loops. And today we are going to knock out search text. Oh yes, search text for your name. We read basically the whole prompt. So let's just dive right into it. Okay. What you'll be building. In this project, you'll be writing a short program that checks a block of text for your name. Specifically, it will check the text for the first letter of your name, then add the number of characters equal to your name's length to an array. By inspecting the array, you'll be able to see if your name was mentioned. Once you've got the hang of loops, arrays, and if statements, we will talk about ways this project could be improved. Instructions. Some of this code will be new to you. Don't worry, we'll go through it step by step. Ready? Click, save, and submit code to begin. Shall we begin? Let's take a look at this first. All right. Okay. JS hint multi-string true. Text, blah, 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 Eric, blah, 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 Eric, blah, 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 Eric. Variable, my name, equals Eric. Variable hits equals, empty set of parentheses. Look for E in the text. For variable, I, start, stop, and how. For variable, I starts at 0, I is less than text.length, I increments by 1. If text I, so whatever the number of the text is, equals E, if we find it, add characters up to the length of my name to the array. For example, variable j equals I. J is less than my name.length plus I. For, so another for loop with a variable j starts at I. J is less than my name.length, so we stop there, and we're going to be increasing j plus 1. Hits dot push text j. Okay. The second for loop kind of throwing me off. Totally get the first one, but we'll be continuing on. We're going to learn all this. They reference there'd be some code formatting things that we aren't entirely familiar with. If hits dot length equals 0, console log your name wasn't found. So that's the straightforward, quick and dirty of it. If it's not there, which is pretty straightforward. So if hits doesn't pick up anything, it's game over. Else console log hits. Okay, let's do this. Go time. Save and submit. Start next lesson. Eric. Like 4 times, letter by letter. Start next lesson. How many? 2 of 7. Not too bad. Declare your variables. We'll start by declaring the 3 variables we'll be using. Text, my name, and hits. Since text could be quite long, you can use the backslash at the end of each line to make your string wrap to the next line, like this. Variable text equals, hey, how are you, space, slash, doing, my name is Emily, so forth and such and such. In this way, using backslashes is useful because you can avoid really long lines. You could ignore the // JS hint line for now. All that does is tell the console to stop worrying about our use of backslashes. Oh, to tell the console to stop worrying about our use of backslash characters for wrapping long lines of text. Interesting. Okay. Hey, little cat. We're on the verge. We're gonna have you move because yesterday. Yeah. Oh, you seem confused. Do you want to go down? Where are you? Are you gonna sleep in my lap? Yeah. You seem curious. Let's just get you headed in the right direction. Ah, claws! Damn you. Okay, good. Curl up. Go time. Look at this. Where are you going? Where are you going? Little kitty submarine. Ding 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 ding. The little like the thing, the periscope of the water. It's okay. Gah. Claws. You good? You happy? Alright. Onwards. Far better than yesterday's 5-minute delay. Okay. What are we doing? Sense text something. So JS hint. This little bit right here permits us to use backslashes without the computer, without the console code editor freaking out on us. You can ignore the / JS hint line for now. All that does is tells the console to stop worrying about our use of the backslash character for wrapping long lines of text. Instructions. Declare disgusting. You're just a cloud of fur. You're a little hurricane of hair. You just coat my tongue in fur. It's awful. Ugh. Alright, instructions. Declare and set the following 3 variables. 1, text. Make it a string containing some text. Place your name in there a couple times. Sure. My name, and make it a string containing just your name. We've got text, blah blah blah, with our name, more blah blah blah, maybe our name. Then we've got my name, which is a string only containing just our name, and then hits, and make an empty array. Stuck, get hint, we'll open it just for fun. Oh, create things like this and that, beautiful. Okay, go time. Variable. 1, 2. Well, you know what? We'll just do it straightforward. We don't need to set up a whole skeleton. This is pretty easy. Text equals blankety blank, semicolon. I wonder. I'm supposed to add? Oh no, it's supposed to be a backslash. There we go. That doesn't help anybody. Now, theirs is yellow. Huh. I don't know how I feel about that, you know? We'll do... We're gonna copy you. Copy. PDX Inc. Dum 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 dum. No, no. What are you clawing at? What are you clawing at? What are you doing with your life? Hey, it's nap time. Go to sleep. Ah, why? There is intestines and like real organs and things doing stuff in that part of the human body. Ah, sweet baby Jesus. Okay. We're bleeding out on stream. That's totally cool. Something like being gutted by your pet. Go to sleep. Why do you have so many claws? You're so small, but you're so deadly. Okay. Okay, we're good. We're good. We've got variable text. Oh, what a friggin' nightmare. Something about something with stuff. I do not remember. Oh, variables. 3 variables. Variable. Variable. I think it was my name equals and this was hits, but it's an empty array. Does that look right? Does that feel right? Kind of feels right. Text, string containing text, place your name in there a couple times. My name, make it a string containing just your name, and then hits, make an empty array. Wish granted. Green check mark in the bag, even with the little kitty clawing at us. Okay, your first for loop. Awesome. Now let's write our outer for loop. Instructions. Below your existing code, create a for loop that starts at 0, continues until it reaches end of text, and increments by 1 each time. This means it will check each character in the string. There's no need to write anything between the curly braces of your loop just yet. Hint, if you need help, we're going to open hint just for the hell of it anyways, but we should be pretty damn good. We aren't even, it's on the screen, but we're not acknowledging it. My spidey senses tell me for it's not that I don't remember the format or the protocol. My concern is I thought they had a space after for in the condition of the code, you know, right? The variable and then all the i's and whatnot with semicolons, not commas, semicolons, not commas. It's the space. This is what I'm pondering, you know? Yesterday we saw a lot of space stuff, but for everything else, especially like if statements, right up against each other. Can't help but look at the hint. Remember the syntax for loop? Look at this! It's touching now. It's touching. We knew it yesterday. They don't even have space between this, huh? We're all seeing this. We're all seeing it. It's live streaming. No one can hide it. It's right there. We knew that. Actually, and you know what? To be completely honest, I think all other examples have always had a space between the end, even for if statements, between the end of the parenthesis, the ending parenthesis, and the beginning curly brace. So I don't know what this is. You know what? It was someone, maybe it was ephemeral. I think I was contemplating this. And I think maybe it was Topher. It was someone. Someone threw out the fact that they could change the formatting to fit inside the column itself, which was an interesting concept. So that's true. Maybe I do need to cut them some slack. Maybe it's finding our own personal style. I just want some consistency. Hopefully, whatever the industry standard is or preferred method. Maybe everyone finds their own preferred method. I kind of feel like that might lead to some sloppy code. Not necessarily sloppy, but just inconsistencies. I feel like there's probably an industry protocol. We should look that up one day. But in the meantime, that's that. So rant over on the ever-changing syntax formatting here on Codecademy. Topher, hey, how you doing, man? How goes life? How's your Friday? Hopefully, super de duper bitchin', right? Maybe it's not quite that grand, but you know, hopefully it's a notch or two above sucky. That's always preferred. For I, blankety blank, we've got I less than, it's gonna be dot length, we know it's gonna be text, but we're building the skeleton. We're gonna polish it later. We're building the skeleton. And semicolon, and it's gonna increase I plus plus, increments by 1, because that's what we do if we remember to hit the friggin' shift key. Am I right, little cat? Yeah, she's totally passed out in my lap. Hey, good. Now, just got home from work. That's awesome. That's good. That is fun. Okay, so we've got this. We've got you. They said, don't worry about throwing anything in the curly braces for now. So this is just going to be floating noise. We've got our for loop. We've got our variable, which starts at, I want to say 0, to be completely honest. For loop, create a for loop, starts at 0, continues until it reaches the end of text, text.length, and increments by 1 plus plus. There's no need for nonsense between the curly braces just yet. Check hint if needed. This looks decent. This looks good. And they think so too. This guy's still learning for loops. Sad. Well, kind of. But yeah, it's the course though. It's Codecademy, I guess. I mean, it is me, but it's also the second time I'm learning JavaScript. Like, I've already gone through the introduction. So, like, I learned the basics, the fundamentals of HTML and CSS 4 times going through the different courses. So there was Learn HTML and CSS, which they covered the fundamentals. Then they had Make a Website, which they covered the fundamentals again. And Deploy a Website. And HTML and CSS. So same thing, like I already did learn JavaScript, so a lot of this is kind of repeat. They just kind of changed the rate. Now, Codecademy, I'm going through because I'm trying to conquer it all as one, if it loads. I'm trying to conquer their whole catalog as one cohesive course. That's not really the way Codecademy is set up. Usually someone's like, hey, I want to learn Ruby. You just jump straight to Ruby and you learn it and move on. So yeah, but I'm going through one at a time, and it's a ton of repeat information. And for the last 76 days, I've been yammering about how frustrating it is going through all the repeat stuff. It is kind of brutal, but the only upside is that it hopefully kind of really sinks in. So, it's good. So what are we doing? We are doing if nonsense. We're on 4-7. Building for loops, if statement. We've made our way to our if statement. What's going down? Why is that sad? Gotta start soon. Just messing with him. I'm his good friend Brian. Ah. Hi, Brian. Nice to meet you, good friend. Okay, your if statement. Nice work. Onwards. Let's move on to the if statement. We'll want to place the if statement inside our for loop to make sure the program checks the if statement each time it moves forward through the loop. Essentially, the for loop is saying, hey, program, go through this letter in text. The if statement will say, if you see something interesting, push that text into an array. You can treat a string like an array of characters. For instance, you know that variable myArray hello world myArray0 equals hello, but it also works on strings. Variable myname Eric, myname 0 equals E. Instructions. Let me open up the hint to move the instructions up. There we go. Add your if statement in the body of your for loop. It should check to see whether the current letter is equal to the first letter of your name. Capitalization counts. Oh yeah, we remember that. We were dropping in the dot lowercase to fix that, but we'll factor that in. Everything is lowercase, fortunately, in my text, so that works out well. There's no need to put anything between the curly braces still of your, for the if statement. Hint, remember an if statement looks like this? Yes, beautiful, beautiful. You can also check the if, the if letter of text like so. Assuming your name starts with E, text I equals blah, do something. Okay, so we are off. If text, we've got our array I 1 2 3 equals B, although I think that should be a string. Ooh, single quotes or double quotes? We'll stick with double. We could probably get away with single. I really don't think it matters, but we'll leave it at that. Drop in our friend the semi. No, not a semicolon. We need curly braces, another set of curly braces. Inside this, we're stacking them. Russian nesting dolls. There we go. And they said, don't worry about having anything inside the curly braces of the if now. I think we're okay. Let's give this a shot. Save and submit. Green check mark in the bag. Did you finish out the mini boot camp? Yesterday, I was not able to watch. I was gone in the afternoon, so I need to watch the 4th video of that. I saw the first 3 days, missed the last day. So I have some catch up to do on that. It was painfully easy, but they got into recursions and closures yesterday, which was somewhat interesting by comparison to the rest of it. Yeah, I mean, I've been enjoying this JavaScript portion way more on Codecademy than their class structure. However it was set up. I'm sure that the part-time class and the full-time class are far more engaging and enjoyable. They were probably catering to a very broad audience, which is difficult to gauge if everyone's not on the same level or near the same experience pool. So I get that. But yeah, this has been great for me though. You finished the homework for the first 3 days. I didn't even touch the homework. Again, kind of because the class just wasn't inspiring. If it's any point worth comparing to, somehow Codecademy's kept me interested in coming back for 76 days. So, yet they couldn't inspire me to do the first day's homework, let alone for 3 days. But we'll just, keep that little thought floating in the background. All right, that worked. Next lesson. Your second for loop. We are on 5 of 7. We are nearing the end, surprisingly. Your second for loop. Okay, last loopy step. Add another for loop, this time inside the body of your if statement between the if's curly braces. This loop will make sure each character of your name gets pushed to the final array. The if statement says, if we find the first letter of the name. Start the second for loop. This loop says, I'm going to add characters to the array until I hit the length of the user's name. So if your name is 11 letters long, your loop should add 11 characters to hits if it ever sees the first letter of my name in the text. For your second for loop, keep the following in mind. First, you'll want to set your second loop's iterator to the start at the first one, so it picks up where you left off. If your first loop starts with for variable I equals 0, rest of the loop, your second should be something like for variable j equals I, rest of the loop. Okay, so I think in our case, second, think about when your loop should stop. Check the hint if you get stuck. Finally, in the body of your loop, have your program use the .push method of hits. Just like strings and arrays have a .length method, arrays have a .push method that adds the thing between parentheses to the end of the array. For example, new array equals empty array, new array .push, hello, new array 0 equals hello. Interesting. Okay, go ahead and add the second for loop inside your if statement. Hint, your loop should stop when it hits the value of the first iterator. Say I plus the length of your name plus the length of my name variable. Damn. I did it for shits and giggles, posted them to my GitHub. Collectively, all 4 days of homework took about 20 minutes. Wow, flew through it. Good to know. 4. We've got that. We've got our curly brace. Do we have another curly brace, or is it just the for loop itself? Go ahead and add that second for loop inside of your body. So for j, for variable j equals I, pretty sure it's still the same, less than text, is it .push? Now instead of dropping in .length, we'll be doing text.push or hits.push. I think it'd actually be hits.push. And I think it would actually be j. J equals hits.push. That feels mildly okay. I think BDX, I don't know. If this is a train wreck, we'll find out in the very near future when this all comes crashing down. J++, that does not feel good. That does not. There's that. In addition to that kind of feeling right and kind of feeling wrong, my spidey senses also tell me that we should still include the curly braces, but if that's the case, then I want to put something in here, like a console log, or something. Right. Who knows? Who knows? What do we got? Collectively, a for loop would always require curly braces. Well, that's good to know. It defines the scope of the loop. You wouldn't push in your for loop condition. So maybe I set the push down here. Let's take you, copy, actually maybe you, do text dot length. This just seems generally bad for the entire village. The condition identifies how the loop should end eventually. So it should be working through, okay, yeah, it should be working through the text and stop. Although no, it should be working through my name. It should stop when it reaches the end of my name. That feels better. I'm going to pull the trigger on that, see what happens. Definitely questioning the console log a bit, but, you know, shit happens. Shit happens. This is how we learn. Good, an error. Nice. Careful, your second for loop should stop when it reaches its current point in the string. Plus my name. Oh. Okay, that's why they were saying about something about plussing and adding things. Say I plus the length of the my name variable. So we're gonna take you, copy is greater than I, plus that. Does that feel right? That does not feel right. I don't know if I should put this in parentheses as well. I think I'll be okay without it. We're just gonna keep throwing shit against the wall until it sticks. Holy hell, it friggin' worked. That's a lot of numbers, though. Kind of feel like there should be some letters involved. Could be me. You know what? I think I need to maybe have brackets around the hits.push or something. It should probably be spitting out letters. Not gonna lie. But we'll be able to check it. We'll go back. We can always verify at the beginning. Let's just look at that. Don't mind me. We're gonna jump back to the first bit and kind of check work right now. So I am confused inside. So we've got the if blank. You know what? We're gonna copy all of you. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna copy from here and just kind of compare. We're just gonna hang out. Section 5. Figure this out. I'd rather it be up and running since we're so close to the end. We've got our text. You know, I wonder why they don't have variable in front of theirs. They just hit the ground running with text. So I wonder if I don't need variable in front of my text. I probably don't. I'm going to leave it. Variable, my name. Oh, you know, I probably don't. Because these are variables. And that's just what it is. That just is the text. I should get rid of it. We'll cross that bridge later, though. We are looking at for variable I equals 0. That looks good. I text dot length I plus plus. Beautiful. Now we're on to the if statement. Text I 3 equals B. That's the start of it. And then the for loop, for variable j equals I, for variable j equals I, j is less than, good, my name dot length plus I. I don't, is there a difference? My name dot length plus I versus I plus my name. Regardless, they've got it in parentheses. I had mine in parentheses. Well, I was questioning whether I should put it in parentheses. We're going to do that. And probably my name dot length plus I would probably get processed differently than the other way, vice versa. But they do have J++. Hits dot push text J. Fascinating. So not console log, but hits dot push. There we go. That makes sense too. Text array B. No, J. Haha, just kidding. Just kidding. Followed by our friend the semicolon. The push method returns the index of the item you push onto the end of the array. Okay, the push method here returns the index law, which is J, which is I, which is up here and all of that, so it's getting processed through all of that. The push method returns the index of the item you pushed onto the end of the array. Oh, which maybe means I should put my name dot length first and then I. I'm still going to destroy all of this. Bye forever. Now it ran before. We'll swap it. We'll swap it just for good measure. I mean, we saw how they had it set up. Might as well follow the herd, right? I. Still good. Still golden. Stay golden, pony boy. That's why you were seeing the numbers in the console log window. Yeah, with the console log nonsense. And actually, let's do console log. Just for fun, because we can. We are here to learn and test and touch and any of those disturbing adjectives. Beautiful, beautiful. See, and they're back again. Very index friendly. Yay. So that's what the computer sees them as. All of this nonsense. We're going to get rid of console log and move on. Party never stops. Unless I get confused. Then we stop. Next lesson 6 of 7. Little kitty, you are so friggin' warm in my lap, right? Look at this. She's still there. Can we see the tail? No, this is a cat. That is a cat. Log it. Perfect. Now you've got the engine of your search program running. It will, 1, loop through the array. 2, compare each letter, the first letter of your name, and if it sees that letter. 3, it will push that letter and all the letters that follow it to an array, stopping when the number of letters it pushes are equal to the number of letters in your name. Instructions. Under your existing code and outside all your loops, set up an if-else statement. If you don't have any hits, your name wasn't found. Oh, log your name wasn't found to the console. Otherwise, log the hits to the array. Oh, log the hits array to the console. Okay, okay. We kind of saw a glimpse of this, and it should be relatively straightforward. If condition, curly braces, something, it'll log, blah. It'll do something. We'll get there. We're just writing the structure right now. Else, remind me later. Oh, that's not right. That's opening. And semicolon. Do we do a semicolon there? I want to. we'll leave that off. We'll leave it for now. Console log. Do something if blankety blank. If you don't have any hits. If don't have any hits. If blank equals 0, if either hits equals 0, log your blank wasn't found. Is that right? If hits equals 0. This is like the worst version of a murder mystery dinner. It's incredibly dull and uncertain. I'm gonna go with hits. Colonel Hits did it in the dining room with the lead pipe. Definitely, that's what we're sticking with. Otherwise, log hits to the console log. Otherwise, console.log hits. Should it be in quotes? It's console log hit. Oh, they have a hint section. What do you know? Oh, if hits length. If hits.length is 0. Console log your name wasn't found. Otherwise, console log just hits. Okay. So that's right. And it's hits.length. The hint was actually helpful. Let's do this. We're gonna pull the trigger. And fingers crossed. We don't need you. Pull away. Hey, look at that. BDX-ink, BDX-ink, BDX-ink. Cool. That's just like, well, no, okay, there is a section 7. They had it printing. Theirs was all the text, blah, 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 Eric, blah, blah, blah. Eric, that was their name that they went with. And it was going horizontal, printing one after the other. So that's probably what section 7 is. Victory. Nice. You've done it. Nice work. Now, as we mentioned, this system isn't perfect. For instance, if the paragraph contains both Eric and Eddie, we'd see this in our hits array. Eric, Eddie, blah, blah, blah. Think about how you might fine-tune this program to make sure it only finds exact matches for your name. Search the internet to see if there are any built-in JavaScript string methods that can help. Well, I'm certain there are. We're Googling that. That'll open a whole can of worms. In the meantime, click Save and Submit code to finish this course and move on to more JavaScript goodness. You know the number 0 evaluates to false, so you could also say if hits, if exclamation, hits.length. Fascinating. Let's give that a shot. So wait, hold on. Do I keep the 0 or just drop in the exclamation? Pretty sure I can just do exclamation, hits.length. Let's see what happens here. Because that's about as much as we're going to modify today's code. And it still works. Look at that. You earned a badge. Search text for your name. Beautiful. Beautiful. Awesome. Let's close that. That looks fantastic. All right, that was a successful stream. We'll take a peek at the beginning of the next. Up next, introduction to while loops in JavaScript. While loops are like for loops, only they don't need a counter. They continue to run until their condition is met. That is definitely something for tomorrow. That's got Saturday's stream written all over it. That's going to be a party. Although tomorrow, Jesus, when will I stream tomorrow? Maybe that'll be done in the morning? Or late at night? Evening? We'll figure that out. Alright. What do they start off with, though? While we're at it, great work with for loops. As a reminder, for loop syntax looks like this. For variable, I start, I stop or end, and then how it gets from the start to the stop. Then it does something. The counter variable I starts with start and stops looping while it reaches end. What if you didn't know ahead of time when to stop looping? Say, for example, you wanted to keep choosing playing cards from a deck until you get a spade. You don't know how many cards you need to choose, so a for loop won't work. In situations like these where you don't know in advance when to stop looping, we can use a while loop. Fascinating. All right, well, let's back out. Let's see where we conclude day 76. We are now 37% of the way through JavaScript, ending on 905 points of gold stars. Hey, look, 123 badges. It goes 1, 2, 3. That's fantastic. Oh, that's totally worth stopping here. Look at that little cat. Yeah, you don't care. You're asleep. But it goes 1, 2, 3. Super cool, right? Yeah, she doesn't mind. I think that's beyond fascinating. Okay, well, that's good. Let's close out of those tabs. Party stops here. Thank you for those stopping by. Topher, always good to have you. Yeah, hopefully the rest of your Friday evening is super awesome. I'm probably gonna play Breath of the Wild. I don't know if I'm gonna play it today. Hopefully tomorrow. Who knows? Who knows? Alright. Stopping the stream. You sure you want to stop the stream? Hell yeah. Kill it.